You probably think being nice makes you a good person. Always saying yes, avoiding conflict, keeping everyone comfortable. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Being too nice is destroying you. Because people-pleasing doesn't just drain your energy, it robs you of your identity. And the scariest part? Most people don't even realize they're trapped in it until it's too late. Here's something nobody tells you about being everyone's favorite person. It's absolutely exhausting. You wake up every morning already managing other people's emotions, carefully editing your words, and bending yourself into shapes that keep everyone else happy. And at the end of the day, you collapse into bed, not because your body is tired, but because your soul is. But why do we do this? Why do so many of us sacrifice our authentic selves just to avoid disappointing others? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why people-pleasing is a trap. And more importantly, how to finally break free from it. Let's start with something you know deep down. People-pleasing doesn't actually please people. Think about the people you respect most in your life. Are they the ones who constantly agree with you? The ones who never say no, never rock the boat, always put themselves last? Of course not. The people who inspire you are the ones who live honestly, speak their truth, and show up authentically, even when it makes others uncomfortable. And yet, here we are, wasting hours crafting the perfect text to avoid misunderstanding or saying yes when every cell in our body wants to say no. Every time you deny yourself, you train your brain to believe that your needs don't matter. Over time, you lose touch with who you actually are. It's like being a human chameleon, except even the chameleon knows its real color underneath. Chapter 1. The Selfish Paradox. Here's the paradox that will flip everything you believe. The most selfless people in the world are the ones who admit to living for themselves. Sounds selfish, right? But think about it. The teacher who changed your life, the friend who told you a hard truth, the leader who inspired you to be better. They weren't trying to please you. They weren't begging for approval. They were simply being authentic. And from that authenticity, their impact was born. When you live authentically, you don't give from obligation. You give from overflow. It's like the difference between a flashlight with dying batteries versus one fully charged. One is barely surviving. The other lights up everything around it. Chapter 2. The Cup Overflow Principle. We've all heard on airplanes, put your own oxygen mask on first. That's not just survival advice. It's life advice. Because when your cup is empty, everything you give comes from resentment, fear, or manipulation. But when your cup is full, what you give is real, generous, and sustainable. Think about it. We charge our phones every night without fail. But how many of us go days, even weeks, running on 2% emotional battery? No wonder we're irritable, drained, and resentful. Self-care isn't selfish. It's preparation for authentic generosity. And the people who truly love you, they want your cup full. If someone gets upset when you start caring for yourself, that tells you everything you need to know about that relationship. Chapter 3. The Magnetic Energy Effect. Have you ever met someone who just radiates confidence? Not necessarily because they're good-looking, but because they're so at ease in their own skin? Here's the secret. They've stopped placing the responsibility for their happiness onto other people. That freedom makes them magnetic. On the flip side, people-pleasers are exhausting. Because whether they admit it or not, there's always a hidden transaction. I'll make you comfortable if you approve of me. I'll agree with you if you stay with me. It feels manipulative. Because it is. But authentic people, they don't need anything from you. And that's exactly why everyone wants to be around them. Chapter 4. Permission to be yourself. Here's the permission slip you've been waiting for. You are allowed to be yourself. Not the version that earns approval. Not the version that keeps peace. The real, messy, beautifully imperfect you. Most of us wait for permission before we make choices about our life. We wait for validation before we set boundaries. We wait for approval before we speak our truth. But here's the shocking reality. The only person who can give you that permission is you. When you honor your authentic self, you not only free yourself, you give everyone else around you permission to do the same. So here's your challenge. This week, notice one place where you're saying yes when you mean no. Catch yourself, and instead, honor your truth. It will feel terrifying at first, but over time, you'll realize something life-changing. When you stop performing and start being real, you don't lose love. You finally find it. Because the greatest gift you can give the world is not your people-pleasing, polished performance. It's your authentic, unapologetic self.